Hello. Good evening, dear students, dear future doctors, dear super specialist doctors. Very good evening. You all are cordially welcome at this wonderful channel, Sri Chaitanya Group. And I think you all are comfortable and getting something from this initiative, the bridge course. I think you are getting lot of benefit from this course from all the faculties, and you know the faculties with Sri Chaitanya Group providing you, that is really wonderful members. These are having, you can say, very huge experience that does matter for you. So that's why listen each and every words, each and every advice of your teachers, your educators very carefully. That is going to be very helpful, beneficial for you guys in further coming future. Okay, dear students, so let us start our today's topic and join fast. Whoever your friends still not come, tell them to join fast so that they cannot lose anything. Yes or no? Whatever things we are going to discuss today, that is really very magical and wonderful. Yes, what is that? You tell me fast. Guess that. I think yesterday I told you what we are going to discuss. Yeah, something new in the sense. Now we are entering in physics. What is that? Yes. Have a look on this. That is vector. I think you know that. That is the very basic part of the physics. And you can say before that we have discussed the basic mathematics. Basic mathematics only required to solve the physics, but is not the part of our syllabus. But now we are starting our syllabus. So for your information, I want to tell you, as per NCERT, this vector is given in motion in plane. But if you don't know vectors, that means we can't think about physics. That's why vector is the first initiative to learn the physics. Very important. That's why vector, and don't be worried, in vector I will give you some magical tricks, very magical concept that is going to work for you for complete physics. Wherever you will solving the problems, vector will be there. And in vector, you know that if you know the tricks, if you know, have good practice, good, you can say, concept, then definitely you are going to rock in physics. Okay, let us start. Vector concept. Okay, first starting the vector, I want to tell you one thing, why vectors needed. See, okay, I am giving you a very basic example so that you can get clear information about this, why vector is required. Dear student, let us assume from your childhood you have listened one word, that is speed. We know that speed, because now in this modern technology speed is very common word. Speed means, what is the speed? You tell me fast. Yes, speed means distance covered in unit time, or in general language you can say speed equal to distance upon time. Everyone know that. Yes or no? Distance divided by time, or we can say if any car or any object moving with speed means it's covering very large distance in small time. But we never talking about the direction. But in physics, when we going forward, you know, we will find something that is relevant to speed only. What is that? Velocity. Then why we velocity require if speed is there? If speed is there, what is the need of velocity? Yes, definitely need of velocity is there. Reason is that sometimes we find that there is direction is very necessity. Like that. In this one, it may not get better idea. Let us assume this one. This is a block. If someone pulling this block with 10 Newton force, someone pulling this force as 5 Newton force. If we don't have any knowledge of vector or direction, what we are going to do? We will say that this is total 10 plus 5, that is 15 Newton. Total force is 15 Newton. But when we will learn vector, we will find that this 10 Newton is going to pull this force in right side, and this 5 Newton left side, that net is going to be 5 Newton. I think now you are getting basic idea why vector is necessity for the physics. My dear student, I want to tell you, in mechanics and electrodynamics part, more than 90% quantities are vector quantities. So let us discuss what is vector, what is scalar quantity, how to add vectors, vector algebra we are going to discuss. This is very important part. So that means at here you can say speed means distance upon time, velocity means In place of distance, we can say this is displacement. What is that? Displacement over time. That means how now you are getting what is the meaning of this one. Yes, displacement is going to be vector, speed is going to be scalar. So this is the basic difference between vector and scalar. What is the basic difference? Direction. But this is the only, you can say, very low standard definition, that we only define vector with direction. That is not up to our NEET standard. When we are going in physics detail concept, very important, let us make two column. One is for scalar, second one for vector. Let us define both the quantity separately. What is the meaning of this one? Dear student, scalar means what we require. So take one example. Let us assume, take one example, mass equal to 2 kg. What you call this? Mass itself is physical quantity. 2 is its numerical value. Kg is its unit. Very important. Mass is physical quantity. What is this? 2 is numerical value and kg is unit. In same way, I am giving you one quantity, force equal to 2 Newton. You can say this is numerical value, this is unit. But one more thing is needed. What is that? In which direction? What is to be mentioned? Which direction? Very, very important. That means how to define. To define scalar quantity, what is the prime requirement? In, you can say, scalar quantity, it is not necessary to have direction, or you can say no direction need is there. So in simple case, those quantity which have magnitude but no direction. What is basic requirement? Magnitude. Magnitude means, some of students are confused, sir, what do you mean by this magnitude? Magnitude means numerical value. In this one, what is the magnitude? 2. What is the magnitude? 2. That means what is difference? You can say magnitude means numerical value, every quantity having magnitude means, and no direction. No direction. This is called scalar quantity. One definition. This is not sufficient definition. Now come to this one. In vector quantity, magnitude plus direction. One more thing, my dear student, that is very important. In vector quantity, magnitude plus direction is required. But one more thing that is very, very, very important. What is that? It should follow vector algebra. Listen again. Vector quantity should follow vector algebra. What do you mean by this vector algebra, sir? Vector algebra means this is specific vector mathematics, which rules in the sense addition, subtraction, multiplication are followed by specific rule. Those rules are called vector algebra. Very important. That means these follow vector rules. Very important. You can say vector rules, or you can say vector algebra. And this is the main important topic of our today's class. What is this vector algebra? How to perform vector addition, how to perform vector subtraction, how to perform vector multiplication. This is the prime requirement for vector quantity. Okay, now you tell me fast, what do you mean by vector quantity? What do you mean by scalar? Scalar means having only magnitude. Direction, no direction. But sometimes, I will give you one example. Let us assume, take one example of current, electricity. Current, electric current. If someone asks you, this is resistor, current is 2 ampere. In this current, direction is there, magnitude is there, but this is scalar quantity. That means what is wrong with this current? What is wrong with this scalar quantity? Sir, wrong is that it's having direction plus magnitude, still it's scalar quantity. That is not this sufficient definition that scalar quantity are those which doesn't have direction. No, this is not the sufficient. What is the sufficient definition? Scalar quantity are those quantity which does not follow vector algebra, that does not follow vector addition, does not follow vector subtraction. This is the vector, this is the scalar quantity. And in reverse process, basic definition that follow vector algebra, that is called vector quantity. Is it clear or not? So in simple words, you can say, you can write also, what is the vector? Which follow vector rules. These are the vector quantity. Let us make a list of vector and scalar, very important. Okay, this side I am going to write scalar quantity, so that you can remember scalar quantity, and don't be worried. Right now, no need to memorize each and every scalar and vector quantity, because each and every quantity we are going to discuss in physics, in your first year physics as well as second year physics. Don't be worried. So right now, for your basic idea, what is the scalar quantity? Scalar quantity, you tell me first. Scalar means the first one is mass, then after you can say length, then after speed, distance, then after density. After that, tell me fast, work, very important, energy, you can write also, these are very important, power, work, energy, power, any other, or you can say lot of quantities are there. If someone asks you length means distance only, that I already mentioned. So these are the scalar quantity. Now come to the vector quantity. These are our main part, because in further coming physics we will discuss about vectors only. Maximum vector quantity we will discuss. So in vector quantity we will discuss, first one is, yes please, displacement. What is that? Displacement. After that, from displacement we will form velocity. From velocity we will form acceleration. From acceleration we will define force. From force we will define momentum. From momentum we will define, yes, angular momentum. Angular momentum, that means these all are the quantity, these are called vector quantity. So this is the basic concept for vector and scalar. What is the basic concept? Simple. Tell me fast. Yes, with comment box. Simple. In one word, what to say about vector? Yes, those follow vector rules. Simple. Now we will discuss what is vector rules, because these are the theoretical concept, you know that need to memorize only, which are the vector, which are the scalar. The main problem for the students, that is they facing problem in vector algebra, in vector addition, in vector subtraction, that I am going to teach you with some magical way. Don't be worried. So that's why stay connected and be activated whenever you are taking class in physics. Be very, very attentive. Yes or no? Very good. Okay. Now let us start. What is this? Okay, before moving to the vector algebra in the sense vector addition, just try to learn how to represent the vector. So I know you know that representation of vector is by an arrow symbol. This is arrow, and initially when vector defined, this structure is called tail. Sometimes theoretical question may be asked, what tail represent? Tail means it's representing numerical value in the sense magnitude. This represents magnitude, and this is arrow. Arrow represents its direction. Arrow means it's represent its direction. But don't be worried, in our syllabus graphical method we no need to measure that what is the length of arrow, all these things. Just you need to remember what do you mean by vector, how to represent the vector. Then only simple concept you should know. Let us assume this is vector quantity. How to represent this? Just put arrow sign on this. This is the vector symbol. What is the vector symbol? Quantity, above that vector symbol. Let us assume velocity is vector quantity. How to denote? This is the velocity. Let us assume force is the vector quantity. How to represent? This is the force. Someone asks you, okay, what's about speed? Speed is denoted by S. We are not putting any vector sign on it. Above arrow, no arrow is mentioned, because this is scalar quantity. Work is scalar quantity. Power is scalar quantity. I think now you are getting point how to represent. This is the basic difference. What is the basic difference? If one arrow symbol is mentioned, this is vector quantity. In some textbook you will find in place of arrow there is bar sign is there, that is also vector. But as per NCERT representation we are going on this arrow concept only. Yes or no? I think up to this point you have very clear idea. See how interesting is this one. When our childhood we have seen that two arrow coming like that, what is going to be? They are going to cancel each other. When two arrow are going like that, they are going to add something like that. That we are going to study now. Don't be worried. Yes. What is that? See, now let us start this. If someone asking you about the various type of condition, that is your basic knowledge. Just I am revising all those concepts. What is this? If someone asks you one vector is this one, second vector is this one, what do you understand by these words? He said, we seen that both have equal magnitude. Let us assume this vector A, one vector is A, one vector is B. How to define? Magnitude of A equal to magnitude of B. This is magnitude. Sometimes you are getting confused. Sir, what is meaning of this one? See, what is the representation of vector? This one. To write this also, if we are representing it's like this one, mode. Mode means it's having positive value, and this is called magnitude of vector. Magnitude means numerical value. Magnitude. This is denotes magnitude symbol. So if I am writing like that, magnitude of A equal to magnitude of B, that means both have numerical value equal. And in this diagram you can see both are parallel. That's why parallel and magnitude equal. That's why these are called equal vector. What is those? Equal vector. So I think equal vector no need to define. If someone asks you what is the equal vector of vector A, so vector A itself is the equal vector. Vector A itself is the equal vector. This is the definition of equal vector. I think now you are getting okay. Now you tell me, if someone asks you, this is the one vector, let us assume this is vector A and this is vector B. What you are getting from this diagram? See, this is only for basic purpose. Sir, we can see that direction of A and B are same. What we call same direction. But what's about magnitude? In this case, when direction is same, but magnitude of A does not equal to magnitude of B, this is called parallel vector, because these are parallel vectors. Very important. These vectors are called parallel vector. See, when we move forward in physics, you will find sometimes parallel vectors means angle between those vectors are 0. These are parallel vector. Okay, very good. Come to the next concept. If someone asks you, this is vector A. What is this? Vector A. And same magnitude and opposite direction. What you call? See, this vector is in this direction. Can I say this is going to represent minus A? So how to define? If any vector having equal magnitude, opposite direction. Any vector having equal magnitude, opposite direction. Dear student, this is very important. Means equal magnitude and opposite direction are called opposite vector. What is that? Opposite vector. Very important. So what you discuss? Parallel vector means parallel. Anti-parallel, if someone asks you, anti-parallel means opposite direction. Opposite vector means equal magnitude and opposite direction. Equal vector means equal magnitude and same direction. These are equal vectors. I think now you are getting very clear idea. If getting clear idea, then yes, comment box should be fired with yes sir. Yes, that is the VS trick, so that I can get information that how much you are getting from my words. Yes, that's all. Yes or no? Done. Now come to the very important and very fantastic concept. That is very important. See, these all things are going to be very rarely used, but you should have basic idea. Now our basic concept, very important. Let us move to the second slide, new slide, though that's why you can make notes properly. What is that? Unit vector. Dear student, this is going to be very important concept. Unit vector. Unit vector, you can say, if you want to learn vector, unit vector is necessity. Without unit vector, we can't learn vector. Very important. So now you should be very activated. Yes, this type of fire I want in comment box. Very good. Yashwin Kumar, Mr. Potter, Milky Roy, Varsini. Very good. Karthik, yes. And don't be worried, I will be definitely connected with you guys when you just come to center, then also we will meet, don't be worried. Okay. Unit vector. See, unit vector, let us assume A is a vector. You know what is the symbol of vector? This is the symbol of vector. If someone asks you what is special in unit vector? Special in unit vector is it's having a cap. What is this? Cap. The vector which having cap on its top, this is called unit vector. What is the representation of vector? See, write down this one. What is this? This is cap sign. Cap sign means this is the symbol of unit vector. Don't be confused. This is vector itself only. But cap means this is unit vector. Sir, what is the meaning of this one? Whenever you find any vector having cap on the top and we want to find its magnitude is always going to be unit. That's why this unit vector. Unit means 1. Vector which have magnitude 1, that is called unit vector. This is first point. Second point, very important. We have one formula for unit vector. Unit vector means vector divided by its magnitude. What is the definition of unit vector? Vector divided by its unit vector. Very important, very important, dear student. This is the very important part. Yes or no? Okay, sir, done. Very important. Yes, these are via star rating. Very important. Put it in very star rating column. Done. Okay, sir. What is this? Vector which having unit magnitude is unit vector. Vector which having this formula is unit vector. What I want to define from this part, very important, that means what unit vector provide. Unit vector, when we define vector A, can I write it like that? Vector A equal to magnitude of vector A into unit vector. What is going to be? So this is very magical concept for vector. What is that? If any magnitude is given for vector quantity, what is given? Magnitude is given. And if you want to represent this is in vector form, what to do? Just multiply it with the unit vector. Again, I repeat the statement. If magnitude is given, see, this is not magnitude of 1. This is vector magnitude. What is magnitude? Magnitude itself, this is A cap. That means magnitude of vector A multiplied by unit vector, that is going to be vector representation. So, sir, we are not getting what you are saying. Don't be worried. I am giving you one example. Okay, tell me, dear student, what is this axis? X-axis. Let us assume in this side we applying a force of value 2 Newton. What force applied? 2 Newton. Someone asks you 2 Newton is direction or magnitude. You can say 2 is numerical value. That's why 2 Newton is its magnitude. Then find its vector form. What is the vector form? Very important. If want to find out vector form, what is that? Magnitude of force into its unit vector. This is the definition. How to find vector? Magnitude into unit vector. What is the magnitude of force? 2 already given. Now tell me what is unit vector. Unit vector in x-axis defined as particular symbol, that is called I cap. This is international standard. Unit vector in the direction of x-axis itself is represented by I cap. Then what it is going to be? 2I cap. I think now you are getting what is the meaning of this one. Yes, sir. This is standard physics notation. What is that? We are having 3 axes. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. I think you know nowadays 3D picture is very much in trending way. Yes or no? 3D, 4D. So 4D is not the part of our physics. That is something innovative part that you will discuss. See, whenever you will become doctor, after you can say 5 years you will complete MBBS, still you are in 11th standard, 2 years left. That means after 10 to 15 years time period after you will be in some hospital or you can say in your working field. That time digital technology will be at the most level. You can find 4D, 5D in this medicine purpose, medical science, these are going to work right now only. Your technology is improving so fast for you guys that That's why always connected with technology also. But one thing required, right now technology does not matter for you guys, because for 2 years you have to prepare for NEET as per our this pattern: physics, chemistry, botany and zoology, 180 questions, yes or no, 720 marks paper. You have to prove that you are the best in this academics, then only you will get better opportunity to be take admission in prestigious medical college like AIMS, Maulana Azad, Yathorno, whatever your dream college is there. Okay, so what is this? Come fast. So there are 3 axes. On 3 axes, 3 directions are defined. Why direction is defined? Because unit vector define the direction. In this direction, the unit vector which we are going to define, that is I cap. In this direction, this is j cap. In this direction, this is k cap. I think now you are getting. Still, if you are not getting, I am giving you one example. Tell me fast. And yes, write it in comment box so that I can come to know whether you are getting my point or not. Say, what is that? If it is given one force of 5 Newton on y axis. What is my question? 5 Newton on y axis. How to represent it? 5 Newton on y axis. Yes, what to represent? Very good, Aradhya Kota. What is that? 5 I cap, j cap, k cap. What should we represent? Force 5 Newton on y axis means that is going to be 5 on y axis means j cap. If someone asks you 5 Newton on negative y axis, that means minus 5 j cap. I think now you are getting. Yes, this comment box response I need. That means we are getting now. What is that? I think you are getting. If someone asks you what is value of this one, what is value of this one, what is value of this one? Sir, we know that whenever cap is on the top of any vector, its magnitude always going to be 1. Cap means unit vector, unit means magnitude 1. This is the definition. Okay, let us conclude this unit vector again. This is very interesting. Sometimes directly theoretical question can be asked in unit vector. What is that? First one. What is the magnitude of unit vector? 1. How to represent? Put cap above the vector. Put cap above the vector. Third one. What is purpose of unit vector? Unit vector provide the direction of the vector. How it will provide the direction? When magnitude of vector multiplied by unit vector, we will get that vector in vector form. I think now you are getting. And what is these values? Sir, whenever we are putting this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. Even if you don't know what is the value of that quantity, sometime let us assume velocity is given, and given that this is velocity vector. What is this? Cap is there means this is 1 only. And what is the formula? Vector upon its magnitude. Vector upon its magnitude. This is the formula for the unit vector. Yes, very good. This type of fire I want in this comment box. Very good. That represent your positive energy. Yes or no? Done. Okay, let us move forward on some magical concepts. Now you are ready. Just why I have feed in last 30 minutes. I just given you clear idea what this vector means. Now come to the point how to use that vector in our physics. Very, very important. Now you can say still our main concept is remaining. That's why be attentive with more energy. Yeah, what happen when whenever your faculty members start, you are in a very full of energy. But after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, you are going to diffuse, energy is going to low. And that time teacher is going to be at his highest concept part. That's why be attentive in complete time duration that is required for your NEET preparation. Very important. Okay, let us start. Now what is our question? Question is that if someone asks you, you do one thing, force is given. Just we are having basic idea. This is given 3I cap plus 4j cap. Can you represent this in the form of vector? Okay, let us represent it. Sir, we know that 3I cap. I cap means on which axis we should go? On x axis. That means we have to represent. Now we are able to identify this language. How to identify? Force is applied in such a way that I cap means on x axis what is the value of force? 3 Newton. On y axis what is the value of force? 4 Newton. Okay sir, we are getting this point. But dear student, one problem is again there. What is the problem? Sir, 3 and 4, two forces are acting in such a direction. Which one we should take? In that case, we need vector algebra. Whenever we are facing this difficulty, we need single result. That means this is sum, addition. That's why in vector algebra, ready, very important. Now I am going to start very important topic. What is that? Vector algebra. See, what do you mean by vector algebra? Okay, first let us make this concept very clear. If someone asks you, what is 3 plus 4? Directly you can say this is 7, sir. What is 3 plus 4? 7. But in this case, it is not always 7. That's why we need to learn some basic rules for vector quantities. That is called vector algebra. See, 3 plus 4 is not going to be 7 every time. It may be 7, it may be 6, it may be 5, it may be 4. Yes or no? It may be 3. That's why we need some basic rule. Be very attentive. What is that basic rule? If we want to learn addition of vector, that is called vector addition. In vector algebra, first we are going to discuss vector addition. Second, we are going to discuss vector subtraction. Very important. Vector addition and vector subtraction both are same part. Then after we are going to discuss vector multiplication. And what is last? You think that, but that not happen. Very important. Vector divide is not defined in physics. Don't be worried. That means only 3 applications are there. Vector addition, vector subtraction, vector multiplication. Vector divide is not defined. Don't be worried. That means that we are going to discuss. If you learn vector addition, this is the most important. If vector addition we know, no need to learn separately vector subtraction. That is the part of vector addition only. So let us start vector addition. Now, yes, now be more activate. I am going to tell you some specific concept in which students always stuck, in which students always getting puzzled. So let us clarify these are with my specific trick, VS tricks. What is that? To define vector addition, first students should know what is the angle between the vector. My dear student, what we are going to do, we are going to learn vector addition. But to learn vector addition, what is needed, prime requirement, where student most of the time getting mistakes, what is that? They are taking wrong angle. That's why you need learn how to take angle between the vectors. I think now you are getting. So first, okay, this question is still pending. Why I have written this one? So that I will give its basic idea how to calculate this. There is problem in this one. We don't know, sir. This is 1, 3 Newton, 4 Newton, we know. But what is this complete result? That I am going to teach you. Don't worry. Yes or no? That we will discuss. Okay. For discuss that part, what we need, we are going to add 2 vectors. Let us assume one vector is A. Second vector is B. What we are going to do? We are going to add this vector. And this addition of vector, whatever result we are getting, that is called resultant vector. What is that? Resultant vector. Very important, dear student. What do you mean by resultant vector? Addition of vector A and B. Resultant vector is R vector. To define R vector, what we need? We have to define angle between 2 vectors. Sometime what happens? Let us assume this vector is A. What is this? This is vector A. This vector is B. One case is given. In second case it is given. This vector is A. Yes or no? And this vector C, I am writing this vector. This vector is B. Yes or no? Third condition is given. This vector is A. This vector is B. Are you getting what I am doing? Yeah, don't be worried. I will tell you. These are very important. In first case, sometimes students getting doubt. Sir, what are you going? Learn one technique. Whenever you are going to define angle between vectors, just try to match whether from tail to tail, like that. This is tail to tail matching. This is head to head matching. What is the process? Whether tail to tail matching or head to head matching, then you have to take which angle? Smaller angle. Sir, what do you mean by smaller angle? If any student taking this angle, this is the larger angle. No, not defined. Which angle? Smaller angle. This is the defined angle. Are you getting this or not? Still, if you are not getting, take this one. What is this? Head to head matching. Whenever head to head matching, some students are going to take this angle. No, it's not defined. This is the defined angle. In this one, whenever this concept is given, you don't be confused about this one, because you always be confused on this part. That's why do one thing. One process is there. Sir, we don't know what is the angle in this process. You just follow the rule. What is the rule? Just match tail to tail or head to head. So can we do that in this vector also? This is not matching because one head, one tail is matching. Then do one thing. We have one rule. What is that? That is called parallel shifting of vector. What is that? Write it down. Very important. Parallel shifting. That is going to be magical trick for you. Parallel shifting for vectors. What do you mean by parallel shifting? Sir, whatever rule we know, we can implement those vector in that particular rule. How to implement? This is the vector. What is vector shifting? Vector shifting means a vector can be shifted parallel to itself anywhere in that plane. I repeat again. Vector can shifted parallel to itself wherever you want, like that. Where is this vector? B vector. If I want to shift this vector, you can shift it at this point also. This is parallel to this one, B vector only. If you want to shift this vector at this, but what should not be changed? Its magnitude should not be changed. Its direction should not be changed. Its angle should not be changed. Means to say, simple rule, simple VS rule. What is the rule? Yes, very important. Vector can be shifted parallel to itself anywhere in the plane. Very, very important. Now, dear student, tell me what is our purpose? Our purpose is to match its tail to tail or head to head, whatever you think appropriate. In this one, this is the tail. This is the tail of vector A. Shift this B vector in this side. This is the shifting only. I am not taking new vector. I am shifting this vector towards this one. That means this is B vector. Now, which angle is defined? Our definition is that one angle is this one angle is this one, which we should take inside angle, or you can say smaller angle. This is the defined angle. Now, you tell me, if you learn this angle concept, that means you can do each and every vector addition. Very important. Tell me fast. Just revise this concept, because this is very important and logical. How to find the angle? Tell me, and put a heading on this one. What is this? This is defined at angle between vectors. This is very important concept. Put VS star rating on this concept. This is very important. That is going to work for complete 2 years for you guys. Very, very important. Okay, let us revise, because this is specific, little bit logical. Sometimes student may get confused, but don't be confused. If right now you are confused, then in complete 2 years you are going to be confused. That's why make your confusion clear. See, why confusion is there? When our mind is not completely focused on that particular area. You know that you are in front of screen, your mind is sometime in this side. Whenever you are studying, your complete focus should be on that study only. Okay, what is that, my dear student? First one, how to define angle? What to match? Head to head or tail to tail? Head to head or tail to tail? If sometime it's not matched, what to do? Just shift parallel shifting of the vector. Do parallel shifting of the vector. Which angle we should take? Smaller angle. And never be confused. Sometimes students do like that. So this is smaller. No, smaller means complete. This is 1. This is 1. When you do 1 or 2 practice question, you will find the answer. Yes or no? So I think, okay, now you tell me first some question about that, so that we can get some idea. Don't be worried. What is our topic? Vector addition. Vector addition, what we needed? Yes. What is we need? Yes, angle. So tell me which angle is defined. Let us assume this is given that this is the 120 degree angle. Tell me fast, angle between the vector. Second one is given. This is the vector. This is the vector. This angle is, let us assume this is given as 60 degree. Tell me fast, what is the angle, defined angle? Third one is this one and this one. This angle is 30 degree. This is given. Fourth one, this one and this one, this angle is 30 degree. What you have to find? You tell me first what is the defined angle and write in comment box. Very important. In first case, let us discuss one by one. Okay, you write in comment box. What is defined angle? 120 degree is defined or not? How to find? Sir, this is not as per our rule. What to do? Shift this vector this side. When we shift this vector this side, this is the shifting. Now this angle is defined. This is 120 degree means what is this going to be? 180 minus 120 in the sense 60 degree. This is the defined angle. So what is defined angle? 60 degree in this case. Check how many students are right. Okay. Come to the second case. This is the second. First case is 60 degree. This is the second case. What is the defined angle? Again, we are confused what to do. You can shift parallel. You can shift this also. So let us assume shifting this on this part. This is shifting of this vector. If this angle is 60 degree, what is this is going to be? Tell me fast. This is 180 degree. Yes or no? Tell me fast. If this is 60 degree, what is this angle? Don't be confused about this structure. Structure I am going to tell you only. You can say random structure is there. This complete angle is 120 degree. Sorry, 180 degree. This is going to be 120 degree. Are you getting it or not? This is 120 degree. Yes or no? Done. Okay, come to the next part. See, in this one, head is matching. That means 30 degree is the right answer. In this one, tail is matching. That's why 30 degree is going to be right answer. Are you getting it or not? If now we are able to define what is the angle between the vector, again I repeat, what should we match? VS concept, head to head or tail to tail. Which angle we should take? Smaller angle. If still students are getting confused in smaller, take inside angle only. Inside the arrow part, inside part. That angle is defined as angle between the vectors. Yes, very good, dear student, good. Now let us take again where we were. Again, I want to repeat so that you can better idea. We are going to learn vector addition, resultant vector of vector A and B, vector addition. For this purpose, we need angle. That's why we learned how to find the angle between two vectors. Okay, now come to our concept, sir. How to find this vector addition? See, now come to the point. Very important. Very important. Get ready fast. Dear student, tell me fast. To learn vector addition, this is given that two vectors A and B, resultant vector. Resultant means vector addition is given by vector A plus vector B. This is the language of physics. Don't be confused. Don't be worried. You will be very habitual, very comfortable within 1 or 2 days in this language. The students who is listening first time this language, he may get confused, he may get confused. But when repeatedly you will listen this language, this is very comfortable part of our physics. Yes, R equal to vector A plus vector B. Second point is given. Angle between vector A and B is theta. Now let us add these vectors. To adding these vectors, we have two rules, two graphical rule. What is that rules? Let us start. Represent vector A, that is given. This is vector A with one arrow, this like that. Then vector B, this is vector B, this vector B with second arrow, such a way that it both vector A and B represent two sides of triangle. Again I repeat, represent two vectors A and B in such a way that in same order they denoted by two sides of triangle. Then third side in opposite order. See, very important, order means see, vector A and B in same sense means same order. This is the third vector. This represent resultant vector. Very important. So how to define resultant? How to define this rule? This rule itself is called triangle law for vector addition. This is called triangle law for vector addition. Very important. How to define? No need to memorize. Just try to learn this concept. Two vectors A and B are denoted by two sides of triangle in same order. Then third side of triangle represent their vector addition in opposite order. This order word is very important. If you learn this concept, more thing we require, that is angle between vectors. This angle is defined. You can check that this angle is absolutely defined. That means what is our question? A and B vector, angle between vector is theta. What we have to find? Resultant vector. Then after solving this triangle, don't be worried, I will tell you tomorrow class how to solve this, but right now what is important for us, that I am going to tell you. When we solve this triangle, we find magnitude of this resultant vector. Sir, what do you mean by magnitude? Magnitude means magnitude of resultant A and B is going to be, what is that? This is very important part of our physics, very important. What is that? Sir, this is going to be A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. That is the right answer that you need to remember directly. You can say this is the backbone of our physics. Without this formula, we can't even think about the physics. That should be remembered in fingertips. Don't be worried how this formula we have derived. This formula can be derived by using these rules only. Just take a single look how to derive. Just I am giving you basic idea. To derive this formula, what we can do, just use some triangle concept of your 10th knowledge. Draw one perpendicular. If this angle is theta, this is B. See, this is base, hypotenuse, perpendicular. This is going to be sine theta. See, now this is become right angle triangle. This is right angle triangle. Now use Pythagoras theorem. This is your home assignment. You will do it by yourself so that you have some basic concept of mathematics also. What is that? Sir, R square. Now we are treating everything as a magnitude. Resultant, this is hypotenuse square equal to base square. What is base? A. And what is this going to be? A cos theta. A plus A cos theta whole square plus B sin theta whole square. Now just solve it, simplify it, you will get this result. But I am interested in this result only. I am not interested in this derivation. Dear student, now listen very carefully. Because this diagram is drawn in your screen, and from this diagram I am going to give you 2 and 3 concepts. These are very magical concepts. This triangle law will become parallelogram law only. How to become? Okay, let us take only last 2 minutes. Yes, I think only 2 to 3 minutes as per time slot we are taking, but don't be worried, that is going to be very helpful for you guys. Okay, what was vector A in triangle law? This is vector A. What was vector B? This was vector B. Yes sir, we are getting, and we form triangle law. This was the triangle law. This is resultant vector. I think this you getting now. Can I do one thing? Just do one thing. Take one parallel vector of vector B this side. This is the parallel vector of B, this one. Shift this one. Take parallel vector of, what is this? This is a parallelogram. What is going to be? Same triangle law is going to become parallelogram law. How to become? This is vector B, means this is going to be vector B. This is vector A, and what is this resultant? How to represent? If two vectors, listen carefully, if two vectors A and B denoted by two adjacent side of parallelogram, two vectors denoted by two adjacent side of parallelogram, then diagonal passes through that adjacent side always represent vector addition. That means vector R again is going to be vector A plus vector B. That means parallelogram law and triangle law not going to be separate case. That parallelogram law is the only form of the triangle law, only modified form of the parallelogram law. You can say parallelogram law is the modified or advanced form of triangle law. Same result we will get. What is the resultant? Resultant, see, this is resultant vector, don't be confused, and this is the magnitude of resultant vector. Both are different. I think now you are getting. Magnitude means its numerical value. Don't be worried, in tomorrow class I will make each and every concept clearly. That's why you be attentive, be consistent. Under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Don't worry, tomorrow we will discuss numerical own vector addition. That directly question is asked in NEET exam. Very important. So I think this is more than sufficient for today's class. Just do that much part. Yes or no? I think you enjoyed the class. If you enjoyed, then yes, fire in comment box for my motivation, and always be energetic. Today I found that most of the students are energetic. I think reason behind that, today we started physics part also. In last 3 or 4 classes what we have discussed, basic maths. Okay, don't be worry. Now every day we will enjoy in that physics concept. Don't be worry. Stay connected, stay positive, and thanks. One comments for Sri Chaitanya Group, so providing so much wonderful facility to you guys that, okay, thank you very much. Jai Hind.